between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. This is McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs. They're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it. And some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Kraft. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, Kraft, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jared Richard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Set, hut, get the flag. Check, 59. Check, boom.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Maher is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mariota now. Completes it to Samuel. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's McCaffrey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Falcons' 8-yard line.
Again, McCaffrey. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
On 2nd down, Kraft. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
On 3rd down, Haskins steps away to his left. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that?
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mariota. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. He's got the hook up to Moore. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Mariota. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. They'll throw again. Mariota. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point attempt to come here. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Airing it out, looking, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll run on first down. Kraft, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on third down, Haskins, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Marr is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons.
That's good for our Falcons. First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man, I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, Ball. Give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now again, right side McCaffrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. From the gun, Mariota. His pass caught with the 4. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Now Haskins, 3rd and long, being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throw it, Mariota. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Panther 1st down.
Mariota on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And that's complete to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Gets past one man. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Kraft. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 62 yards on the ground. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There to stop him was Rashawn Golden. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Now a give, right side. Kraft. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Richard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Marr able to put this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down, McCaffrey. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about two-minute offensive. And oh, he coughed it up. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. All day, dog.
On second down now, Kraft. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Move. Seven's a look. I'm coming for you, Mom.
Looking to throw, Haskins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down.
Kill. 61. Match box. Right. Where'd he go? Shit. Quick the edge. Come.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 43. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Here's Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by K1 Short.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kraft, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Let's go now. It's a party now. Go. Mike's 59. Hayward, 59. You.
Now it's Haskins. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 15. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Powers ahead at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
16 yards. First down, Panthers.
They'll run it with Scarlett. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 36. McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota is going to let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here we go, D. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Where are they, T?
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second-and-goal situation. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Carolina, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.